Men have no empathy. Girls gossip endlessly. Guys can't cook unless it's on a grill. Girls just aren't designed for engineering. Everybody knows that. Our civilization is based off of these gender stereotypes that go back thousands of years, really. And most of them didn't make very good sense back then. They make even less sense now, because now we actually have ways of putting these things to the test. Not just cheesy psychological fill-in-this-survey things, but we can strap MRIs to people and really find out what is going on in people's brains. You know, EKG, MRI, plug, stick, stab. You can really, really pick someone apart. And what we're finding is that, yes, there are some vague, sort of organic, subtle differences. But that's about all you can really say. And after that, it just gets into details. And it's a bit like the MasterCard logo, where you've got all of this info here, you got all of this info here, and there's this overlapping area in the middle, only with men and women. The two spheres are right up on each other, so that there are, little differences here, but for the most part, we're all kind of amorphously similar. Now, I find a lot of this stuff annoying because people expect me to fit into this or that mold, and I don't. I'm just a person. I was told for, a couple of years by one of my buddies, because he got this idea in his head, that I utterly lacked empathy, that I just have none whatsoever. But now that I've been on estrogen for a year and a half, he told me a few weeks back that I now have recognizably grown this really observable empathy. And it's utter bullshit. I'm the same person, essentially, that I was back then. Perhaps my behavior has shifted a little bit because I've got all of these recent difficulties that I've been through during the time that I've been on estrogen. I mean, my best friend died, I had all this life upheaval, and so maybe I do behave in a manner that seems a little bit more overtly empathetic and sympathetic. But it's not male or female stuff. It's maybe my behavior changes over time because I'm getting old and mellowing out. Are guys really that much more competitive than girls? No. Are girls disinterested in sex? No. I find a lot of these things really annoying because I just want to be me, and since people know that I'm gender variant, some people think of me as trans. Some people just figure I'm generally queer. Some people are familiar with this idea that I try to get across to people in my real life, that I am kind of transitioning, but I'm also just genderqueer and bigender identified, that there's some dude here, there's some chick here. And so people can tell that I'm just not adhering to some of the classical dude stereotypes. But they could tell that before and they just thought I was gay. Or some people just thought I think lacked some of the social graces that come from staying within the pack mentality. But then once I just came out as gender variant, people really said, oh, okay, that's it. So yeah, I'm annoyed by the lot, really. But the lot of it can also be entertaining at times when I'm not on the ass end of it. So what about you? Does this stuff annoy you? Do you find it entertaining? Do you think it applies to you in your life? Can you think of some ways recently in which you've found it kind of an imposition and you would really rather not have to deal with some of that bullshit? I would like to know. I'm sure we all would.